In my last video, I told you about my ankle fracture, and this video is about the exercises I did to be able to walk again, as I'm doing now. I started exercises even while I was still in the hospital, as you can see, moving my legs up and down to prevent muscle atrophy, basically muscle shrinking, because the body is all about use it or lose it. And after I was released from the hospital and at home, but I could still not bear weight on my injured foot, I tried some exercises to keep the ankle moving without putting pressure on it. So, for example, I also rolled it on this little ball to keep the sensory input, because when I cannot walk, there is no sensory input below the foot. So I tried to roll it over the ball. Even though the doctor said that this exercise wouldn't help much with ankle mobility, it still felt good and kept my nerves stimulated. And when I do this, I still feel kind of like a pinching sensation, like needles around my palm pads, here and here on my heel. But if I keep doing this sensation goes away. So I think it's because my foot isn't used to bearing weight right now. But I mean, once I start walking, I will need the foot to be prepared. Also the skin and the nerves to be in contact with a surface again. And also the occupational therapist, when I was still in the hospital, she said I should rub different materials against my foot, because if I don't sense anything below my foot, it will be weird. Will have a weird sensation. So I try to keep also the nerves stimulated and not just the bones and tendons and ligaments, but it's the entirety of the foot, you know. Also trying to keep my toes engaged. And I can still train my ankle on this little ball by doing this movement. It's just an addition to training with the bands. The only movement the doctor didn't want me to do is this one. So I'm not doing it. I'm waiting for more information by the doctor. Also, another movement I try to do is, look at this foot, is this, to like stretch also this part of the foot. So let's see how my injured foot can do it. I'm not putting pressure on this foot because I'm sitting, so my body weight is carried by my gluteus maximus, by my bum. So there is, and some weight is on this foot, but not here. I'm only using my muscles. And I can feel the stretch, especially here, on this part, and here. When I do this, you can see how this foot is bending like this, and this foot is not bending like this, but more like it's more crunched. But it's getting better. It used to be even weirder. I mean, this is an important movement. Like when you want to get on your tippy toes, this is a movement that the body needs to do. And I won't accept this movement not to be possible anymore, because I feel like it's possible if I just train it. I have faith in my body that it will be able to recover, but I have to do the work, you know? So I'm not giving up. If it turns out that despite me doing these exercises, I won't be able to recover this movement, then at least I've tried. But I will not give up without trying. Never. Because if you give up, you have already lost. First, I'm doing some warm-up sessions, trying to warm up my muscles by grabbing the towel. Like my right foot, which is not injured, can do it pretty easily. My left foot is struggling, kind of. But that's part of the process. Moving it up and down for a bit. And trying to hold it for like 30 seconds. Stretching out again. It's really difficult. I can't really grab the towel, so I'm trying to grab an edge. Maybe I should move it somehow. Damn. No, I can't really grab it. Maybe here on this edge. Yeah. I grabbed the towel. Moving up and down. The range of motion is still very limited, but I won't give up. I have a little more than 2 weeks until the next appointment. And I believe by doing these exercises regularly, I can improve. Okay. Moving up and down. As of now, I'm only moving it up and down, not sidewards. I actually can't really move it sidewards. But the doctor also said I shouldn't. Not at this point. We will hopefully work on that during physiotherapy. I kept on with the towel exercises, and I also looked up exercises on YouTube. So I will link the videos that I watched below in the description box.
Very deep inner muscles of the ankle joint here.
Now the most important exercise to actually get the ankle mobilized. I do it for 30 seconds each, pressing against this band. I need to pull. Until I feel that in my ankle joint. And then the same also in the opposite direction. As you can see, my foot barely moved. It was still very stiff. Nevertheless, I've tried. Even though this accident ruined my summer, I was kinda glad that it happened during summer, because I didn't have to force my foot into like socks or like a boot, etc. My goal at this point was to put my foot flat on the ground, because that would mean that I would be able to walk. So I kept working on it, but it was frustrating if I compared the range of motion of my injured foot with my non-injured foot. Here is the range of motion that I managed to do. My goal is to get my heel further than this part, the palm pad, so I can place the foot flat on the ground and also start walking with my heel. It got better. I'm not yet where I want to be. As you can see, my right foot is much more flexible, but I am making progress. So I think I will eventually get there, at least almost. And well, this part is still bruised, and I still need to recover my calf muscle. So I think once this muscle is recovered, as you can see, this side is much more plumb, like there is the muscle here, then it will probably be easier to move this part. But yeah, the wounds are healing. It's still kind of bruised, so I think once the bruises finally healed and I have my calf muscle back, then hopefully it will be easier. And I still haven't started official physical therapy, so I think for just doing exercises myself, this is a pretty good result. And it will be even better once I officially start physical therapy. So for now I'm pretty happy, and I will continue. I won't give up on this foot. Not gonna lie, seeing how one of my body parts, especially as crucial as the ankle joint, is not responding the way it used to, is really hard. It's really tough mentally. I look pretty sick in this footage. Moving around while being seated when I couldn't be a weight on my injured leg meant that my shoulders were always often in an unnatural position, like when I wanted to reach for a counter or something. I felt some tension in my shoulders after some time, so I tried full body workouts. Same for my hip, like hopping around on one leg and holding the injured leg up caused my pelvis, the hip bone, to be slightly tilted, and that's not good. And then finally, physiotherapy started. I have physiotherapy sessions 3 times a week, each time 1.5 or 2 hours. There I do a lot of different exercises. It's like going to the gym, and sometimes really tiring. Here I'm moving my ankle with some weight on it. I think it's like 1 or 2 kilograms. Here I'm trying to grab and pull the towel. And it's more challenging when there is some weight on the towel.
I'm not cheating. This is not cheating.
You are not participating.
Is this correct?
Yes.
So I did it.
My physiotherapist is always joking around, which helps making the sessions more enjoyable. And also he speaks English, which I'm grateful for because my Portuguese is not on a level to discuss medical stuff very well. I like these spiky balls to roll my foot on, so I bought some for myself to use at home. During physiotherapy, my therapist also used these spiky balls to roll them over my scars to make the tissue more soft. And yeah, it felt really good, so I bought these balls and did the same at home. During another exercise, I put my foot on a seesaw and tried to move it with my ankle.
For comparison. Shit.
10 weeks after the surgery, the difference between the two ankles is still very noticeable. Working with resistant bands is one of the most effective exercises to get the ankle moving. I move the ankle sidewards and up and down. In week 13, my physiotherapist also introduced some exercises to not just push and pull my ankle, but also push and pull my toes. These exercises were really difficult, not from a physical point of view, but from a mental one, because I basically had to give a thumbs up with my big toe, while the other toes stayed on the ground. And my brain was not used to this kind of movement, so it took me a while to figure it out. And also the opposite, pushing my big thumb on the ground while pulling the others up. Training with resistant bands seemed to be a core exercise for physiotherapy, so I ordered open-end resistant bands for the use at home as well. The advantage of open-end elastic bands is that I could wrap them around every piece of furniture, so I tried to figure out where to put them. In week 12, I discovered this underdesk bicycle, and it felt really good. Considering that I have a desk job, so working on the computer most of the time, seated, I figured it would be a good idea to buy one for myself, so I did. My physiotherapist also gave me lots of ball exercises, as you can see, squeezing the ball with the ankle, or simply pushing my ankles into the ball, both while the ball is on the ground, and a smaller one that I push into the wall. I like the spiky surface because it also stimulated my skin and nerves. And usually every physiotherapy session ends with water pressure therapy. During summer the water was fairly cold, but now that it's getting colder, they fill the tub with hot water.
And as you can see, looking at my clothes, it's already autumn now, not summer anymore. So a lot of time has passed. And yeah, I'm basically back to normal life.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I need another surgery. The upcoming week already.